Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Web3Pulse with the Crypto Evangelist. And I'm happy to be here. It's very, very exciting to be here to another edition of Web3Pulse. This last few weeks has been very crazy and has been another reminder of how crazy the crypto space can be. And it's been a very beautiful experience so far, seeing how the crypto market has evolved recently with the price of Bitcoin hitting new all-time highs. And I'm happy that today we're able to stream live on TikTok, and we're also streaming on Facebook. We're also streaming on YouTube. So I have my stream set up properly today. We're going to talk about a lot of things today. We are going to see a lot of things happening in the crypto space. We're going to have our market watch. We're going to have our token spotlight. We're also going to have our market news. And we have a fully packed episode today with lots of things to dive deep into. And firstly, we are going to take a look at what the crypto news market is actually saying. Where there's a lot to really talk about today. And one of the major things that we've been seeing in the crypto market in the last few period has been the price of Bitcoin, which has definitely surprised everyone with BTC showing new all-time high. I know that some of my crypto friends would have been happy with Bitcoin smashing its past all-time high and hitting about 118K. And that's a very, very significant milestone when you think about it, because the price of cryptocurrency has been hovering around that range for a while. But we all know that Bitcoin hasn't shown this kind of metrics in a long while. And many people have been asking me, that crypto evangelist, what do you think could be the reason for this? And if we look at the market, it's just basically the market just responding to good fundamentals. Let me just switch to this view, and then we can see the price of Bitcoin. As if you look at the charts, the price of Bitcoin is around 117K, and in the last 7 days, you could see the all-time high of 118,734. And Bitcoin has really shown the capacity to hit this kind of milestones. And it's very important for many people to know that when you think of the crypto space, we always look at the crypto space as a space where you get like a lot of things happening, right? But the truth is that the crypto space has significant changes. If you look at the price of Bitcoin has enjoyed a nice ride recently, with the price going from about 109,000 to 117,000 within the space of a week. So that's about 19 to 17. That's about 7 7K climbing the price of Bitcoin within this period of time. 7,000. And part of the reasons for this has been some of the positive sentiments that we've seen. We've seen a lot of positivity in the crypto space, with many people talking about how the price of crypto could hit significant highs. Another thing too that we've seen recently has been a switch towards Bitcoin related products. We are seeing more layer 2 on the Bitcoin ecosystem. And it's not really surprising, because we know that the Bitcoin ecosystem tends to have all those projects that are looking to looking to ensure that Bitcoin has more in its ecosystem. And that's very exciting, because when you think of the prices of cryptocurrency, one of the things that pushes the crypto space is usually the price. And we all know that now that the price of Bitcoin has pumped again, we are going to see a lot of people jumping back into the crypto space. But it's very important to know that crypto can be very dicey. The prices of Bitcoin is not set in stone. And when you think about it, you know that the prices of cryptocurrency tends to fluctuate. And that's one of the major things that we've seen in the crypto market. The second thing that we're going to be talking about in today's our news session, is Shiba Inu's potential 1,529% breakout, analysts predict. So we are looking at this news from one of our sponsors, FS Crypto News, and the news is basically about Shiba Inu, and you see that Shiba Inu has been fluctuating. You can see that an analyst is saying that Shiba Inu have entered the earliest stage of what could become an explosive rally. And analyst Master Ananda argues that Shiba Inu might offer even bigger gains right now. Shiba Inu is one cryptocurrency that has been trending since around 2020 2021, is the oldest meme coin on the Ethereum ecosystem. And one of the things that many people look at it is it's compared to other meme coin, it was the first meme coin to start building ecosystems. Like it has Shibarium, it has the SHIB swap, and this crypto analyst is saying that the price of Shiba Inu could spike by 1,200%. But if you look at the trend from the chart that is pointing to here, the price of Shiba Inu might has a long way to go, because when you think of it, Shiba Inu has not hit his all-time high since March 2024, and there are signs that Shiba Inu could also follow the cryptocurrency space and hit its own all-time high and pump. Because one of the things that we are seeing in the crypto space is that many tokens are looking to like pump, and if you look at some of the trends, you would see that the the analysts might actually be proven right, saying that the price of Shiba Inu has just printed a full green weekly candle, which is a strong signal that bullish momentum could build from here. And the price is already up 15% on the weekly chart and might form its most optimistic candle pattern since early 2025. Most times you'd see many news about Shiba Inu with regards its burn rate. When Shiba Inu first launched, it had a large market cap and market supply, and since then you've been seeing regular burns of Shiba Inu. But apart from last year, around March 2024, where it hit its all-time high, we've not really seen the price of Shiba Inu show a corresponding run or a parabolic run, as they call it in the crypto space. Because when you think of it, the price of Shiba Inu has to like have a lot of things to make it really hit the kind of height that it wants to hit. And there's a lot of expectations for many meme coin guys for Shiba Inu. And one of the things that I see about the Shiba Inu community is that they are one of the most loyal community in the crypto space. They've always been there and they've always like kept pace with Shiba Inu. I don't and they keep on holding. I used to hold some Shiba Inu in the past, but I am no longer holding the coin again. Even though I know that the coin has a lot of potentials, but in the crypto space, you have to always move with the trends. And we've seen a lot of development with regards what's happening in the crypto space. There are a lot of things that are trending. We've seen a lot of like moves in recent space. We could see a token like Hyperliquid pumping crazily in the past few weeks, and nobody really expected that to happen. And then we are going to go to our next news from a major crypto critic, Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff says this is the best time to sell Bitcoin for silver as BTC smashes new all-time high, right? And one of the things about Peter Schiff, or I don't know whether I'm pronouncing his name very, very well, whether it's Peter Schiff, is that he's one of the oldest critics of Bitcoin. I remember when I joined crypto in 2016, 2017, he has been talking down about Bitcoin, and I don't think he's ever going to stop, because he posted on Thursday that Bitcoin holders should sell Bitcoin for silver, that silver is undervalued. That's true. If you look at the price of silver is undervalued. But Bitcoin has shown the potential that no matter how it dips, it will always pump. So that's one of the things about Bitcoin. It has shown its potential as the leading cryptocurrency. It has that reputation. And Otto Hayes has also weighed in. He said he's slightly bearish due to the US Treasury General account being replenished through new debt issuance. I think that's one of the biggest issues with the United States, and part of the reasons why we saw the fallout between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Elon Musk wanted to cut down the budget of the US government, and it appears that the beautiful bill that Donald Trump has sent to the Senate that has been passed actually increased the debt of the US government. And we saw that backlash with Elon Musk and Donald Trump, with Elon Musk saying that he's going to form his own political party, and the entire backlash that we got there. So we are seeing that one of the things that we see, and recently in the last 1 hour, I saw that when I was about to come on the live, I saw that the US government has already issued tariffs on Canada. They have issued tariffs on several nations, right? So it has brought about that bearish trend that everybody has been scared of, that the markets could go back into recession. And we know that since when Donald Trump got into office, there has been this tension within the US markets, with US putting tariffs to many countries in the world, and we've seen tariffs and counter tariffs and all that. And that's what Hayes believes, that eventually Donald Trump will chicken out of on the tariffs, but I don't think he will chicken out on the tariffs because he just issued fresh new tariffs. And you see that Bitcoin has hit his all-time high of about 118,000. That's the major news. We are seeing a lot of people showing that Bitcoin is on his class on his own. Definitely, we are going to see a bit of dip, because this announcement of tariffs by Donald Trump in the last few hours is definitely going to allow the market to go down. That one is normal. We are going to see a bit of retracement for Bitcoin, but there is really no fretting, because we know that that's a normal thing that happens in crypto. We see that the prices of cryptocurrencies go down, and eventually we see that those prices come up, and it's a normal thing that we see in the crypto space, whereby we have those the prices of coins going up and going down. And that's basically a quick rundown for our news part of our show today. Then we are going to move into the next aspect, which is Market Watch. Market Watch is where we dive deep into what's happening in the crypto markets. We look at some of the top cryptocurrencies, we analyze, we talk about what we think could be the next like moves in the market. We know that the crypto market is a um, very volatile market, and you always have to be at alert when it comes to cryptocurrencies. So we are going to move into our market watch and analyze some of the cryptocurrencies. And one of the things that I love to do is, beyond just looking at charts, I know many people just think it's all about charts, but the crypto space has really evolved in the past few weeks, in the past 2 to 3 months to be precise. Now we have what we call InfoFi, and those InfoFi platforms are very important when you are trying to buy a coin, or where you are looking for a coin to start from. So we are going to also do our regular InfoFi, where we look at InfoFi platforms like Kaito and Cookie.fun to see what's happening there before, um, as part of our market analysis, and it's a very important part of our market analysis. So we are going to look into what's currently trending, and the coins that you could probably keep in your wish list or your watch list, and look at what the market is actually saying about the cryptocurrency space. So we're going to look at coin market cap. Obviously, coin market cap uh is our destination for our market watch. If you are watching on YouTube and Facebook, and also we're also live on TikTok, so that's great. I can see some people joining on TikTok. And with regards our market watch, we are going to start with the general crypto market. We can see that the crypto market is still fairly bullish. The price of Bitcoin is about 117,000. If I click into it and I sort of like zoom in, you should be able to see the price of the coin, to be able to see more here, and can see that the price of Bitcoin is actually at a very decent rate. And one of the things about the leading cryptocurrencies that we tend to see is that it tends to move the market. When the price of Bitcoin pumps, we tend to see a major movement from the market. But one of the things that I noticed this year, which is not really good for the overall growth of crypto, is the when we talk of Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is basically the percentage of Bitcoin with regards other cryptocurrencies. And you can see here that Bitcoin dominance is about 64%. That's very high. About 2 years ago, Bitcoin dominance was around 45%. And the meaning of that is that if you look at the total market cap of cryptocurrencies, see it's about 3.65 trillion. The market cap of Bitcoin is 2.3 trillion. That's about 64%. That means people are taking their money from altcoins and putting into Bitcoin. But 2, 3 years ago, there was a surge into people jumping into altcoins. So we could see that Bitcoin dominance reduced to about 45% or 44%. And there was a lot of like speculations that we are going to see dilution in the market. But in the last 6 months, we've seen that many people are taking their money back into Bitcoin, which is not surprising because there has been a lot of uncertainty in the last 6 months. I was telling a colleague of mine that Donald Trump has been in power for 6 months, and it feels like he has been in power for about 2 to 3 years with the changes that has happened in the financial world. So when you think about it, we can see that Bitcoin dominance is still about 64%, which is quite high considering that we have over 10,000 tokens. And out of the 10,000 tokens, we have about 200 to 300 tokens that are quality tokens. And then we look at the leading altcoin, Ethereum. Ethereum obviously has seen a resurgence. And one of the things that we've seen in terms of Ethereum resurgence is the amount of resilience that Ethereum has been able to have and the amount of work that has gone into Ethereum from developers. Because I noticed that recently, when many people are doing transactions, USDT transactions, ERC20 transactions has become the third most popular transactions after Tron and BEP20. That's the Binance chain, the BNB chain, because Ethereum gas fees has reduced drastically. About a year ago, when you wanted to do a transaction on the Ethereum ecosystem, you know that you pay a lot of money. There are even sometimes that you will swap on Uniswap or you will swap on Sushi Swap, and you want to swap $10 coin and the transaction fee is about $30. But in the last 1 year, Ethereum has made a lot of upgrades. That's and the gas fee has really, really reduced. I was even surprised. I did transaction of USDT and I was only charged about $1 or $2 in gas fee. So when you think of that, Ethereum has seen that surge. We are seeing the volumes are coming back into Ethereum. The fact that many people were thinking that Solana would be able to take over from Ethereum has not really materialized. Solana has majorly been able to take more volumes from memes. And we all know that the meme volume is not really sustainable. Although in the crypto space, there's really nothing that is not sustainable. Because if I say the meme coin is not sustainable, I don't want it to be that tomorrow someone will say crypto evangelist said it's not sustainable. We've seen Pom.fun has been able to maintain that momentum, right? They are even launching their token today. Their pre-sale token today. If we see that momentum continue, obviously we might see Solana make a bit of move. But Ethereum at the moment is still very strong in its position as the leading altcoin. We know that Ethereum was the one that brought about smart contracts, brought about NFTs. Ethereum was the one that brought about a lot of things that we know today: DeFi, play to earn. Many trends in the crypto space was started on the Ethereum ecosystem. And then we have XRP. XRP has a lot of loyal followers. I've been following XRP since 2017. It's a financial settlement platform. What XRP wants to do is to enable banks do swift transaction on the blockchain. If you know a lot about XRP, you will know that many Bitcoin and Ethereum holders, they don't really consider XRP a proper cryptocurrency because they look at XRP as a cryptocurrency that is highly centralized. But XRP has continued to like stay within the top three, top five, despite the fact that they've had a high profile lawsuit with the SEC that has all been able to like maintain its mark there. And one of the things that I'm going to do is to look at some of the tokens that are trending. Let's look at trending tokens and some of the tokens that are trending. You can see that Bake is trending. Bake, I remember losing a lot of money on Bake back then. Bake is the token of Bakery token. That's one of the decentralized swap platforms that first launched on Binance, on BNB, on Binance chain. And we have Stellar Lumens. Stellar Lumens too is the decentralized version of XRP. We also have ARC. We also have Alpaca Finance. Alpaca Finance is one platform that many people have been talking about. I've been seeing it in the last 2 to 3 months, and the price has really, really pumped. It's up about 102% in the last 24 hours, and is a low market cap token. When we talk about low market cap token, we're talking about tokens that are below 10 million. Some people will say below 5 million. Some people will even say below 1 million. But you can see that its market cap is about 7.4 million, and its price at the moment is still very cheap. It's less than $1. It's not even up to 1 cent. So these are some of the tokens that, if you decide to accumulate, you can definitely use dollar cost average to accumulate some of all these cheap tokens. But you also have to understand their ecosystem. You have to understand if it works, if it's something that you would want to hold long term. And you can also check whether they offer staking, because staking is another way in which you can keep your cryptocurrencies and earn extra tokens on it. But obviously, you have to know that everything in the crypto space is volatile, and it's not a financial advice. That's something that is very, very important. Then another place that we look at is, we know that one of the things that has been trending has been tokens that have been listed on InfoFi platforms. And one of the InfoFi platform is called Kaito. Kaito is the first InfoFi platform. They launched last year November. They have the first mover advantage. And one of the things that InfoFi platforms do is that they provide you an understanding of what is happening in the crypto space in terms of social engagement. So we know that Kaito is the social engagement platform, and I always like to check it during our market watch so that we can see what is happening. And you can see that Pump.fun has the highest mind share in the last 24 hours to yeah in the last 24 hours. The Pump.fun's mind share is about 13.11%, and Kaito was the one that introduced us to what is called mind share. Mind share is basically the percentage of engagements that a token currently has. So if they are talking about the token, when you say mind share, you are talking about what is the percentage of the engagement. And this is very important, because if you remember that the crypto space has a lot to do with hype. So many tokens that pump in crypto space is hype. There's still a lot of hype. Our ecosystem has not yet evolved to become a matured ecosystem. Elon Musk can make a tweet today, and that could push the market. We could see Donald Trump launching a token, and the token pumped massively. So Pump.fun, because of their TG that they're about to do, their pre-sale, it has a very high mind share. And then you can see this token too. Memex is number 2 on the mind share. Another thing that I always like to do is to look at some of the popular ones. Monad, I know Monad has a very active community. Open Ledger too. Theoric is another nice project that people can participate in. And one of the things that InfoFi platforms have done is that they have introduced what is called yapping. Yapping is just basically tweeting about a project consistently. And you would see that on Kaito, you have what they call Yappa leaderboard. So the way it works is that you, as a person, you look at the list of the tokens in the pre-TG part, and you choose the one that you want to yap about. And what I mean by yapping is, you are because these platforms are plugged to Twitter at the moment. I don't know if they have any other social media that they are plugged to, but at the moment they are plugged to Twitter. So the more you talk about them, the more you have chance to earn. And how you would see it is, if you go to the Kaito N, the Kaito N is basically you looking at the projects that you should yap on. And this is a very, very important thing that many Nigerians are even doing, especially Nigerian Twitter, the Twitter community in Nigeria, very, very active community. And many people are yapping. For example, now you can see boop.fun. The activity period is going to start from July 10 to August 10. So they said that they're going to airdrop 500k. That's obviously a pool to their top yappers. You can see Yeet. Yeet is going to give $20,000 monthly reward in their token. for eligible users that participate. YIT has promised 2% of their tokens to referred YIT users and Kaito ecosystem people. Even Bybit is having an affiliate program on Kaito. You can see that Bybit is going to offer $100,000 for top Bybit yappers in 1 month yapper leaderboard. No wonder I saw many people talking about Bybit on Twitter. I was like, what is Bybit doing? So this is part of the things that they are trying to do. They are trying to boost their mind share. And we can see this is what many people do. You see top cyber 100k cyber to top 100 yappers. So when we talk about yapping, you look at the token. Memex just launched, and you could see that when we checked the TG arena for Memex, it was one of the top tokens there, right? And um, you could see that many people have been talking about Memex because they said that they are going to distribute $700,000 worth of Memex to their top 500 yappers. So that could be the reason why we are seeing a lot of people talking about them on Twitter. Near Protocol is also having theirs. They are going to split 100,000 near to the top 100 30-day yappers from June to September. So when you think of it, sometimes it can sometimes it can look frustrating because if you go to the Yappa leader, but especially Kaito is quite difficult now because they've changed their algorithm several times. But beyond Kaito, you can decide to look at some of the projects on Kaito and choose the one that you want to yap about and like get your mind share out. You can join the top 100 list. And when you look at the Yappa leaderboard, let me see. I'm not really active yapping on Kaito at the moment, and that my Twitter account also got suspended a few months ago, a few weeks ago. So that also stopped me from doing a lot on Kaito. But you can see now, this is the top 20, and you can see the Yappa social graph. So apart from Kaito, the other platform that you can see I have zero yaps, though I have four smart followers and on my new account. So another platform that you can leverage is Cookie.fun. Cookie.fun is what I'm currently doing now because Cookie.fun is newer. They just launched last month or 2 months ago. They launched their platform. And Cookie.fun is like the competitor to Kaito. Kaito has the first mover advantage. Cookie.fun has the second mover advantage. So Cookie.fun provides almost something similar to Kaito. Although I do love their platform slightly better than Kaito because it looks more attractive to the eye. For me personally, that's my own personal opinion. Not, I don't have anything against Kaito or Cookie.fun. So on Cookie.fun, I like to look at, you can see that the good sentiment, you are seeing XRP has the highest sentiment in the last 24 hours. There is high sentiment on Theory, there's high sentiment on Pepe. Some of these sentiments also relates to their prices. So that's the reason why I say that the crypto space now has gone beyond just looking at charts. Fundamental analysis now is very, very important. I know many people know what fundamental analysis is, listening to news and checking what is happening in the ecosystem. That's what Kaito and Cookie.fun has brought into the crypto space, whereby you can easily go to their platforms and see what's trending at the moment. So you can see that in terms of mind share, you have Coinbase, you have Kaito having 3.7% mind share in the last 24 hours. We have Pom.fun because of their TGE. So Kaito and Cookie3, they have their own ways of of calculating mind share and calculating the engagement. Another thing too, just like the way Kaito has, Cookie3 also has their own projects that are doing um campaigns. Kaito, they call it yaps. Cookie3, they call their own snaps. So when you look at it, we have this VOOI. VOOI, they have promised 1.25% of their token pool to their yappers. And I think for VOOI, I'm currently 976 on their list. I've actually been doing a lot of snaps for VOI recently. So hopefully I get higher on the list. That's for VOI. Another project that is also here that you can get to their list is I know I'm also doing Olympic. Yeah, Olympic. I'm also doing Olympic. I just let me see my ranking on Olympic 2603. So I still have a lot of work to do. So many people have done Olympic. So another thing that you can do when it comes to Kaito or Cookie 3 or Cookie.fun is that you can look at the person on the highest person on the list. You go and search them on Twitter and you go and study their accounts. You study what they've been doing. Okay, in the last 24, you study what they've been doing and you follow them. And one of the benefits that Kaito and Cookie.fun have done is that before, most of the rewards in crypto goes to the highest, like the top influencers or KOs as we call them. But Kaito and Cookie.fun have sort of changed the game. They've ensured that anybody can get rewarded. So that's one of the things that we've seen in terms of the lists, and we've seen that anyone can get rewarded. So you can just wake up today, pick a project that you like, and yap on them. So there are several projects I know I do, and ten just launched, I think 2 days ago. Let me check. I know that on 10 I was probably in the top 100 on this project 10. Yeah, I'm currently 96 on 10. So can see the snaps. My snap is 1.05. Let me look at the rewards that 10 is offering. I want to see the rewards. I think 10 is offering 360k in 10 tokens to their snappers. So I let me check to see if they have that. Okay, and then we go to voices. Voices, I like to check voices because voices tracks the top crypto influencers or the top KOs and see what they are talking about. For example, now Wale Mocha, this guy is one of the top. He was one of the first guys to jump on Kaito. So he has a lot of clouds in the crypto space now. He has high mind share. You can see his mind share is 0.21. He's one of the top guys, and he's currently yapping about Ethereum, Pom.fun, OpenSea. I'm not surprised about the Pom.fun because Pom.fun is the most popular meme exchange on Solana ecosystem, and I think it's even the most popular in the across the crypto space. We have ICO Beast talking about Ethereum. He's bullish on Ethereum, Polkadot, and BTC. He's bearish on Solana. We have OX another keyword that I like. He's bullish on BTC, Solana, and Pom.fun. And if you look at the top mind share change, you can see that Wale Mocha is here. You have Trade Guy. Let me even click on this to see his data. You can see he has 374 snaps, which is a lot. He has 8,000 smart followers, and you can see his smart engagement is about 66,000 engagements. You can see he has badges, different badges. He was the top, as I said, he was number one on Kaito Mindshare. He was one of the first guys to jump on Kaito when Kaito came out in November. On Open Ledger, he was number one. See, he has been number one on all these projects. He has definitely made a lot of money because those projects, the airdrop what they do. This is why I like Cookie 3. Cookie Fun is very, very beautiful and attractive to the eye. And you can see his tweets here. He has tweets, some of his old tweets are here. And you can see his mind share. He was number one on Mantle, he was number two on Somnia, he was number five on Novastro. So you can actually look at some of those guys. But my advice most times when it comes to yapping, because many people now they've taken it as full-time job, the yap and the truth is that you look for projects that just launched and then you start talking about them on Twitter. Create tweets, respond to people's tweets. That's if you have that time. Respond to people's tweet about it. Create threads. Create like. But before you do all that, you have to be connected to Cookie.io. You have to connect your Twitter account to Cookie.fun. You have to connect your Twitter accounts to Kaito. So don't just go and waste your time and start yapping. First, connect your Twitter accounts to those platforms. When you connect your Twitter accounts to those platforms, then you can begin doing the yapping on cookie.phone, you can begin doing the yapping on Kaito. That's the way it's done. No, you don't just do it that way. You have to ensure that you are doing it the proper way. You connect your Twitter account first, and then you start yapping. So that's the right way to do it. And I think I've done a bit about Kaito. I've done a bit about uh um looking at the markets, and also exploring some of the things uh that can happen in the crypto ecosystem. And then we are going to like talk about how, like, what the market has just been saying. And one of the things that is quite important to understand in the crypto space is the is patience, right? When you have that patience, you have to continue exploring. That's why I say most times when people come to meet me that how can they make money in crypto beyond, I always advise people to probably get a job in crypto. If you have a skill, you can come in as a community manager, you can come in as a social media manager and all that. But another way is just to ensure that you look at the trends that is happening in crypto. I missed out on Kaito, but I don't want to miss out on Cookie.com. We also have another one called Ethos. Ethos is another info file platform that you can also join and explore what they do there, right? We are seeing a lot of info file platforms pop out. It seems we're in the era of info file platforms. But one of the things that the info file platforms have been able to do has been to ensure that projects know the people that are talking about them. And that has always been a significant problem in the crypto space. And they've been able to like resolve that problem by ensuring that projects know when people are talking about them. And unsurprisingly, that's why we've seen a lot of like push towards them. And I'm not surprised that we have that move towards those projects, because we are seeing it that more and more projects are using these info file platforms to generate what they want. And what they basically want is they want to be sure that people are talking about them, and that's what they provide. So we are going to move into our token spotlight. Token spotlight is basically when we talk about a few tokens, or most times one token. We say it is majorly just a single token, but we might expand it going forward. And we just look at what the token is about. We look at the ecosystem of the token. We try to just do a bit of analysis about the token and look at what the token is about. We explore what the token does, its ecosystem. Sometimes we also look at the market sentiment and try to like understand how it works, right? That's one of the things that we try to do with token spotlight, because it's quite important that beyond just talking about the markets, saying do this, do that, it's also important for you to understand the different some of the new tokens in the crypto ecosystem, and to know the tokens that are trending. And today we are going to be having the token spotlight for us today. We are going to be talking about a token that is quite popular. We are going to be talking about Kaito. And one of the reasons why Kaito is our token spotlight for today is because Kaito has a lot of potentials. We know how its ecosystem is. It's one of the trending ecosystem in the crypto space recently, and has shown a lot of like potentials. Many of us know, for those people that do Kaito, you know that Kaito has transformed the way we think about cryptocurrencies. And what I mean by transform the way we think about cryptocurrencies is, before Kaito came in, there was a lot of like people were really uncertain on how to track some of the metrics, especially the online metrics. But Kaito has come about and transformed the way we think about it. And now we are going to look at the token, what Kaito is about. Kaito is basically an AI-driven Web3 search engine and crypto intelligence platform. It was created to address one of crypto industry's biggest bottleneck, which is fragmented, unreliable information. As I said earlier, many projects did not really know what they were getting when they do their campaigns. Information was unreliable and it was scattered across different blockchain forums, social channels like Twitter, Reddit, and Research Hub. So by merging advanced AI projects using large language models with real-time blockchain indexing, Kaito has become similar to Google for crypto, delivering trusted, comprehensive dashboards and answers to retail traders and also to institutional projects. And when you think of Kaito, you are looking, one of the things that Kaito has been able to do is to transform, like what I said, transform what what we thought about crypto, especially engagement, because that engagement has been one of his major strengths. Now, projects don't just go into their into their research blind like before. And one of the things that you'd see about Kaito is its features. It has an AI powered Web3 search engine, which is designed for users to ask complex multi-layered questions and get like information that they are looking for. It also has crypto knowledge graph. It has custom built graphs that show relationship between token addresses, projects, developers, DAOs, and key influencers. And this gives users unique insights into who's behind transactions. That's one of the things that we used to use. What's the name of this data analysis platform that we use in crypto? I think it's Roots Data. Yeah, I think it should be Roots Data and Messari Insights. But one of the things that Kaito has done is that they've brought those information and they've made it simplified for people. Another thing that you get is it gives you that real time on chain and off chain indexing. So when you think of it, Kaito is plugged to Twitter. I'm sure that they're going to be spending a lot of money to Twitter to get those tweets, to get what you're tweeting about, to get your data on Twitter. And that has transformed everything. And obviously, community driven curation and reward. That's what I spent the last 30 minutes talking about. It's with Kaito, you have projects can come, do rewards, and provide incentivization. You see that many projects they come, they put a price pool, and they tell that they're going to give $30,000 of their tokens to the top 100 yappers. We see all those kind of things on Kaito regularly, right? So that's one of the things that Kaito has been able to do, has been able to provide what's like providing the kind of information that was not there before. And now projects can directly incentivize people to participate in community tasks. Secondly, if you look at some of the strengths of Kaito, it has a unified access point. Instead of browsing through dozens of block explorers, social media feeds, users can just get most of the information that they want. Another major advantage of Kaito is its real-time data indexing, as Kaito actively indexes both on-chain transaction and off-chain content like tweets, research reports, news articles, giving users like a full comprehensive use. Is community enhanced intelligence is also important because the platform incentivizes the crypto community to validate, create, and expand its knowledge graph. And also institutional use. We know that many projects they prefer to use Kaito to do their reward system. That's one of the things that many projects like do. When you think of it, like we know that there's a lot of projects that use Kaito for their ecosystem. And one of the things that you would see too with regards Kaito is is its major project and ecosystem. So its major project and ecosystem, Kaito has some of its projects and some of its ecosystem products that it has. And one of the things that you would see with regards that is that they have their Kaito AI bots, they have their partnership and integration where they collaborate with top projects. They also have their browser extension and they have their native token, which provides like incentivization. You can stake their token for rewards and you can also utilize their tokens on the exchanges, on some of the major exchanges that it is listed on. Another thing that we're also going to look at is the community sentiment. The community sentiment is quite important when you think about it. We're trying to see what community sentiment is talking about, what the community are thinking about Kaito. And you would see that from this information from CoinMarketCap, community sentiment is largely bullish, which is not surprising. CoinMarketCap people are always happy and bullish about projects, and it's not their fault. They want to make money. So you would see that the community is always bullish on CoinMarketCap. You see that it's always bullish. Another thing too that you can look at on Kaito too are its major trading markets. And these major trading markets are largely is listed on Binance, listed on Coinbase, is listed on Upbeat, is listed on OKX, listed on Bitget, listed on Mexi. So it shows that it's a very standard token, and it has been able to obviously have that first mover advantage, and many exchanges are willing to list it and put it as part of their coins that they've listed. So when you are trying to like buy Kaito, you can get it on many of these top exchanges. Another thing too that we are going to look at too is the fear and greed index. Fear and greed index is basically an indicator that shows you how the market is. As Warren Buffett once said, be greedy when people are fearful and be fearful when people are greedy, which means when people are jumping into a coin, that's the best time to sell. And when people are have fear about a particular project, that you know that the project is a quality project, just like Bitcoin. The time Bitcoin dropped to 70 something thousand, we all knew that it was going to pump back. But many people would have sold then. But those that were smart bought at that moment because they know Bitcoin has that reputation. And now Bitcoin is around 118%. That's about 40% gain since then. So the market, the fear and greed index is around neutral, which shows that it has not really responded to the core market sentiment. So that's one of the things that we are looking at in terms of the fear and greed index. And about Kaito, Kaito is one project that has a lot of potentials when you think about it. It's a very, very solid project. It's an info file, it has that first mover advantage. And I would it's one project that I will continue to use because of the ability to yap. Yapping is quite like huge on it, and you can look at the dashboard on Kaito shows you can also like know what Kaito gives you. Looking at the dashboard, you can see that it's an ecosystem that has that potentials. And that's our token spotlight for today. And today we've largely spoken about the crypto ecosystem. We've analyzed some of the things that have happened in the market. We've talked about Bitcoin, talked about we've done our market watch, we've done our news analysis. We've also looked at what's happening in the crypto space with regards Kaito. We've seen some of the some of the main moves in the crypto ecosystem. And it's we know that the crypto market at the moment is currently on the uptrend. And since it is on the uptrend, it's not surprising that we have there's a lot of like bullish trend in crypto, with many people excited about what's happening in the market. But the most important thing as a crypto holder is to ensure that you know what you are doing. You have your plan, you have your exit strategy, you know when to buy, and you know when to set your stop loss, or you take your profits, you sell some of your bag, you wait for the market to retrace, you buy back. That's some of the things that you probably need to learn how to do as a crypto person. And also, you definitely important to listen to people that you know can give you advice, good advice in the crypto space, to also continue to learn, get skills. The crypto ecosystem keeps on expanding. Many people back home in Nigeria tend to think it's just all about trading, 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 trading. There are a lot of potentials in the crypto space. You can enter as a social media manager, you can enter as a community specialist, you can even enter as a data scientist. I know data science is very, very popular. And you can even enter as a cyber security expert, you can enter as a customer support agent. But It's also quite important that you make your effort to expand, and also you can join the crypto evangelist community on Telegram. We have an active community on Telegram. You can also, we do a lot of things. We have our Web3 day on Wednesday. We also have a Telegram bot where we incentivize people to participate in tax. You can do daily tax, and then you join our leaderboard and earn money at the end of the month if you're among the top performers. So we actually also give, like, we bring in top guys in the crypto space to come on Fridays to have talks with our community members. We also bring exclusive opportunities to our team members, all for free without charging a dime. So it's quite important that you're able to like plug into those communities. It doesn't even have to be the crypto evangelist community. It can actually be any community that you feel makes sense. And always track the cryptocurrency space. It's very, very important that you always like have that in the cryptocurrency space. And until our next crypto Web3 Pulse live, hopefully we'll have another one tomorrow when we look at the markets, and I'll try and see if I can be quite consistent with it to just provide a daily analysis of what's happening in the market, the crypto space, and then we have conversations. I can also read your comments on Twitter, I can read your comments on Facebook, I can read your comments on YouTube, where we are currently broadcasting live. And until tomorrow, um, everyone should have a great time. And cheers, we'll definitely have another live tomorrow.